A young nation back in 1965, Singapore was like a fresh page of a script, waiting for her people to write their stories. Tonight, we look back at those who contributed to the culture, community, sports and youth achievements in the past 50 years. They were people filled with a fighting spirit, wanting to achieve more than they could have ever imagined. They had noble visions for the future and worked towards their goals. They crafted and built legacies, united despite racial differences. They gave their all in sporting events and inspired the Singapore spirit. Our successes would not have been possible without their unyielding dedication and service.
Over the last 50 years, Singapore has grown and developed. So has members of all other races and religions. We are constantly aware that we have to closely interact and have harmonious relationship and respect all other religions. These have enabled me to have a better understanding of the needs of the community, of the Hindu community specifically in Singapore. All of us, I think, truly have a joy in sharing festivals. So I would say that the opportunity to continuously to serve the community over the last 30 years itself, I think I am very grateful.
I have to say that it has been my honor and privilege to chair the Charity Council since its inception in 2007. The charity sector is very important because it helps to unify and strengthen the fabric of society. We've worked very closely with all stakeholders, consulted them extensively as well. By working together, I think we have sort of progressed significantly and achieved the milestones with them. And I'm especially happy to see religious organizations also, becoming interested in strengthening their governance practices. And we're also very happy to see the youth, getting involved as well.
Interactions with youth always make me feel younger. Always, they all have all sorts of ideas and they are moving at a speed which is quick. And that is the environment which I enjoy being part of. And over the last couple of years, a lot of groups have come up. These youth organizations provide platforms for youth of today in order for them to go out and do greater things. And I think that's always a good thing because eventually, I think a lot of these youth, they want to make Singapore a better place.
I look at the current youth sector, they are more vibrant, there are more activities. In the past, our activities are mainly, camping, but today there are more. Not only in terms of the land, the sea, some of them even, get to extraordinary kind of activity. So often in SCAPE, what we do is we actually create opportunity, a lot of platform for them so that they can actually dream for what they want to do.
I'm very blessed to be part of Sport Singapore. It's an organization that has purpose and has meaning. And sport has a tremendous ability to reach all sectors of the community, to reach all ages, to reach all races. And as we saw at the SEA Games, it can really bring a community together. And we saw all of Singapore really enthused about the SEA Games and everyone following and record crowds coming up. So it really brings us together as a community.
I've been a volunteer with disability sports sector for over 20 odd years. And I got involved because I saw the need to walk alongside our people with special needs. My achievements are centered around the athletes. I feel successful when our athletes are successful. I think the most wonderful experience for me was when it took us almost 8 to 9 years to have an athlete with moderate autism learn to swim and then be able to compete. That was an incredible sense of achievement.
I'm glad to have an excellent SEO team who has successfully forged partnerships with many organizations to liven up the ecosystem of Chinese music. This is evident in the successful production of the Our People, Our Music 2014 concerts at the Singapore National Stadiums. It is very heartening to witness and nurture the growth of a new generation of conductors, composers, and musicians.
I'm really indeed very honoured and excited to be able to assist National Heritage Board in promoting and preserving our heritage. I must say that the arts and heritage sector has progressed and advanced a lot over the last few years. As you can see, owning a national monument is an honor as well as a privilege. There are a lot of families willing to donate a lot of their heritage material to the museums for display. And you find that a lot of interest groups itself are forming their own groups trying to promote all this heritage. I see that there is going to be a lot of potential, and the future is actually a lot more than what we can see.
Their dedication, hopes and dreams led us forward as they built this nation we call home.
What I would like to see is in the future is for a greater understanding of the meaning and the principles behind the religion.
Our vision is to continue to build a very well-governed and thriving charity sector with great support from the public.
I wish that more youth will step forward, to come forward, to contribute not only in terms of voice but also in terms of real action.
There will be more platforms for youth in Singapore and for a lot more of them to engage in constructive debate in how to make Singapore a better place.
I hope to see more recognition of the positive impact arts and culture can make on our life and society.
It is good that we adopt a top-down and bottom-up approach to extend the outreach to both young and old.
I would like to see in the future sport be a way of life for all of us in Singapore.
And my hope for future generation is that they will build upon what our pioneer generation has done. We must know that each of us, we have a role to play. We cannot depend on someone else to do it for us because we are Singaporeans.